Hello, welcome to piano lesson number 10. Woohoo! We're in the double digits now. I really didn't know if I was actually going to get this far when I started doing the videos. I was like, maybe people won't want to see this, or, whatever, but I've got quite a bit of feedback and things look good, so people keep wanting to see more, so why not? So I got some feedback that people wanted to learn a little bit more advanced stuff. So I think this lesson is going to be about arpeggios, dominant sevenths, and diminished sevenths. And yeah, it probably is going to take up most of the time. I don't know. If you guys want to learn like songs or stuff, there's like tons of videos out there. How to play this song, how to play that song, how to play this song, whatever. But these lessons are mostly for teaching you like technique and actually how to play the piano. So yeah. Plus, I don't want to think of like a new song to teach you every week, because most of my stuff is like classical stuff, and I'm sure you don't want to learn how to play like that, but that was quite bad anyway. Yeah, okay, so Merry Christmas to everyone, by the way. It's Christmas Eve, and this is like the special edition Andrew's Christmas piano lesson or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and let's just get started with this. Wow, it's looking kind of red on my display there. Okay, now it looks good. Okay, so first thing I am going to teach is something called an arpeggio. And don't freak out at me, because arpeggios are not as hard as they sound. They're not as complicated as the name is long. Because arpeggios are, I think, like 14 letters or something? I don't know. I'm guessing. Okay, so what an arpeggio is basically just going from using all the basic chord notes. So, we learned in C major, the basic notes in C major they're called chord notes. They're, I guess they're chord tones. So they're as follows. So you have the C, the C. You actually don't need the C. You can just play those ones. But that fills it out a bit more. Okay. So how you get the chord tones is, it's the first note, the third note, and the fifth note of the scale. And then also the last note, again, because it just repeats. So that's what those are the chord tones in the scale. So they always sound good in any key if you use the chord tones. So yeah, those are all chord tones. So they're, I guess, I don't want to get into that because it would take way too long to explain how to find a chord tone for every different one. I guess you could use if you can find it here, you can count how many notes it is, and then you can figure out from there. Anyway, so those are the chord tones, and what an arpeggio is just breaking it up and playing it. So, instead of just playing one octave of chord tones, you're actually going to play, let's just start with 2. So you're going to play 2 octaves of chord tones. So you're not going to go like this, and then jump over and go like this. They have a different way of doing this. So the arpeggio is thumb here, second on this one, third on the G, then you're going to swing your thumb under, and this is actually a little bit tricky, all the way to the C, instead of just one note over, you're going 2. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I'm going. Okay, so once the thumb is under, then you're going to swing your hand over and open it up a bit more, and then go up to the top, and then go back down. I know, you've probably heard arpeggios before, you just didn't know that that's what they were actually called. Like if you hear people going like, and then like, stuff like that. Those are all just arpeggios, and people will play them hands together. So it's the same thing with the left hand. Switch hands. Okay. So 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. Just like that. Now, so say for like a minor scale, like that, got your chord tone, your normal chord right there, and I can't look at the viewfinder and then look at the hand. It's actually kind of dizzying. Okay, so it's pretty much all the same. It's so weird, like trying to teach us. I guess I'm just assuming that you know how to find your chord notes and everything like that. Anyway, okay, so that's an arpeggio. And next thing is dominant seventh. So dominant seventh is, it's basically an added, it's a four note chord. And it's a little bit different. It's a chord they use to lead into the root of whatever key you're in. So if you're in C right here, you just have no sharps at all. So if you're like playing along, whatever, right? And then you want to give it a nice final ending sound, like dun dun, like that. You're gonna play what they call a 5-to-1 cadence. So that's a perfect cadence. So it just sounds like this. See how that sounds kind of like dun dun, but it's not filled out, right? So what they do is they add. So there's your 5, and then. Okay, so that sounds good, right? But then to give it a little bit of variety, they add in, instead of keeping the top note here, they move it down to the 7th, and that's where you get this thing called the dominant 7th. Okay, so hear that, and now see how that leads to. Now there's different ways to write these down, but I don't want to play it with 2 hands, so I'm just playing it basic. So pretty much all you're going to do to find a dominant 7th is you'll go on your whatever scale you're in. By the way, dominants are only for major scales. So you can only play a dominant 7th on a major scale and then a diminished 7th for a minor scale. So I'm going to show you diminished after this. So dominant, you look for the 5th note in your scale. So that's the 5th note. If you're in G, you'd go, that'd be the 5th note in G. If you're in like A major, that'd be the 5th note. So just go to the 5th note in the scale. Okay, now you're going to put your thumb there. So put your thumb on the 5th note. Now you're going to play that chord. So it would just be 1 semitone, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3, and then another 3, 1, 2, 3. See that? So 4 semitones, 3 semitones, and 3 semitones. And it starts on the 5th note of that scale. And then to get it to lead in. Okay, so now with diminished 7ths, you actually have to play these for your exams and stuff. They'll ask you to know all the dominant 7ths for all the major keys in broken. So like or that's one too high. Like that. They want it broken and then solid. So all together. Anyway. So that's a dominant 7th right there. And you can use that for any key. Just say you're in D flat major. Go to the 5th note, and then 3 semitones. Well, 4, 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. they have like all these little chord changes marked on and like harmony and stuff like that and blah blah blah, but I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so that's the dominant sevenths, and they're only for major scales. Now the flip side to that is the minor scale side, the diminished sevenths. So, okay, so we were in C major before, so I'm just going to go to the relative minor of C major, which is A minor. Okay, so instead of going to the fifth note, we're actually not going to do that. We are going to just go down one semitone down to find it, and then you're just going to go 3 semitones from there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a diminished seventh. It's going to be, so 1 semitone down, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's a diminished seventh. And same thing with these. They want them solid and then also broken. Stuff like that. So solid and broken. And it's a little bit more advanced. I don't know. I'm not really expecting you guys to go all out and practice this. But if you want to, be my guest. I'm just putting out there that this is something you'll need to learn later. Anyway, for those of you that are more advanced and can like catch on to this, good. And if you're not that advanced and you're like, oh my god, now he's getting really hard and all this other stuff, don't worry, because probably the next few lessons I'm going to tone it down a bit and make it a little bit easier, because I don't know, I think I'm starting to get a little too hard, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so I hope you found that helpful, and Merry Christmas. That's my cool look right there. I know you weren't thinking that, but yeah. Okay, have a good Christmas. Practice. See ya.